Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shedding crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue, through the silence and the roar. Still blue, even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chants, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shed and crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome for another edition of Chelsea News Roundup Show. But here's the thing, today's is not particularly a news roundup show because it's a mashup. It will be a mashup of everything. We will talk about whether it makes sense, whether Chelsea could still sign Mike Maignan, and whether it makes sense to sign Fermin Lopez, given the progress of the progress of give me 1 second. Given the progress of Kendry Paez, who's currently doing well at Strasbourg, our sister football club, of course, and then we'll also discuss you could say the most prominent topic within the football community, that is Moises Caicedo versus Declan Rice. An interesting topic. It's not something that will ever go away until maybe one something happens that proves one is definitely better than the other. They're both good players. For me, I don't think they're exactly the same. I think they differ a bit in terms of you could say how they apply themselves on the pitch, and also numbers don't particularly tell the truth in terms of you say referring to the numbers to determine who's better than the other, because given the differing approach, how with regards to how Enzo Maresca likes to approach the game, and also Mikel Arteta how he likes to approach the game, leading to each of the players doing much better than the other player in certain metrics. So, but we'll get to that in a bit. But we will go news hunting. We'll also take our time to look at numbers at the Premier League table, look at the league's top performers, and maybe I don't know. I wanted to leave that of Chelsea. He said Chelsea's top performers, the topic of Chelsea top performers for another day, but maybe we'll still get to that today. It depends. We're just gonna have fun, but we're starting with this. What's the first topic here? Is that the first one? Okay, let's go here. Let's start with excuse me, the league's top performers. Okay, we're looking at it. Top goal scorer is Erling Haaland with 9 goals in total. Antonio Semedo, underrated, 6 goals in total. Antonio Semedo of Bournemouth. Jadon Anthony of Burnley, 4 goals in total. Let's just stick with top threes for each metric. Assists. Jack Grealish has 4 assists in total for Everton. Mohamed Kudus has 4 for Tottenham. Jeremy Doku has 3 from Manchester City. Goals and assists, no need. We've already been through those. It's just a combination of two metrics: goals and assists. Ellen Holland leads by 10. Antonio Semenyo 9 in total. Jack Grealish 5 in total, and then fourth more top rated player Ellen Holland 8.10. Antonio Semenyo 8.08, and Nick Pope, goalkeeper of Newcastle United, 7.74. Interesting. No surprises there. Erling Haaland, as usual, leads, and he definitely, most likely, will end up winning the Premier League's Golden Boot. It's been his. Did he win it last? Who won it last season? Was it him? I can't quite remember. And the season before, but yeah, no surprises there. No Chelsea. You could say. I think it'd be correct to say no Chelsea entrance, as you could say, just yet. But eventually, I think we'll still see that. But that's why do I have Victor in the house. Victor, big up to you, and thank you for joining me on the panel. I do hope you're doing well. There are other metrics here that we haven't looked at. Goals per 90 minutes, still Erling Haaland with 1.36 goals per 90 minutes. Fabio Carvalho, 0.94 per 90 minutes. Nick Ultimate, 0.89. He's really doing well for Newcastle United. Expected goals, Erling Haaland, 7.7. Wow. Jean Felipe Mateta 4.1, Enzo Fernandez 3.7. And it's still some Chelsea fans don't respect him enough or don't respect him at all. Expected goals per 90 minutes, Erling Haaland still leads 1.16. Fabio Carvalho 0.66. A dangerous player, Jean Felipe Mateta 0.61. Expected goals on target still 6.4 for Erling Haaland, tops that metric. And we have Enzo Fernandez at 3.5 and Jaden Anthony 3.4. Shots on target, Callum Wilson 2.1, Erling Haaland 2.1, umpire Liam Delap 1.9 for just even though he's what? How many games has he played? Okay, shots per 90 minutes. Cole Palmer leads that metric 5.6. Erling Haaland 4.4. Anthony Gordon 4.0. Accurate passes per 90 minutes. Tosin Adarabioyo, you're 79.5. Wow. William Saliba of Arsenal 78.4. Elliot Anderson of Nottingham Forest 71.7. Big chances created. Adam Wharton. Rumors are that what Chelsea are interested in signing him. Five in total. Granite Xhaka, four in total of Sunderland currently. Mohamed Salah, four in total. And the chances created in total, Bruno Fernandes, 19. Jack Grealish, 17. Cody Gakpo, 14. Underrated, in my opinion, Cody Gakpo. Accurate long balls per 90 minutes. Marcos I don't know if it's pronounced Senesi of Bournemouth, 6.4. Joaquin Anderson, 6.3 of Fulham. Fabian Shaw, is that how you pronounce his last name, of Newcastle United, 5.9. Expected assist, Jack Grealish, 1.9. He's really doing well at Everton. Jeremy Doku, 1.5. Brian Mbeumo, 1.5. Okay. Expected assist for 90 minutes. Far Lopez of Wolverhampton Wanderers, 0.44. Estevao for the cameos, and I think one start, I can't quite remember, 0.42. And Bukayo Saka, 3.8, even though, yeah, he hasn't played, you could say, a lot. What's important here, successful dribbles per 90 minutes, Mohamed Kudus, that's his thing. 4.4, Jeremy Doku, 4.2, Rico Henry, so to speak, 3.7. Wow. Big chances missed, Jean Papin Mateta, 7. Okay, that's usually Nicholas Jackson's thing. Erling Haaland missed, 6 in total. Dominic Calvert-Lewin of Leeds United, currently formerly of Everton, 5 in total. Penalties awarded, Arsenal 1-1-1-1. Okay, no team has 2. Okay, defense. Let's see if any Chelsea player makes it there. Moises Caicedo, interceptions per 90 minutes, 2.6. Not bad. Anything, any Chelsea player in any of the category metrics here. Possession one in the final third by 90 minutes, Cole Palmer 2.5. That's something a lot of people don't give him credit for, but he's pretty good at it. And like, if I memory serves me correct, I think under Pochettino on 3 occasions he won the ball in the final third that led to us getting goals. Any Chelsea player here? Anywhere here? Nothing more. Okay, Tariq Judge, fouls committed per 90 minutes. Tariq Judge, 3.9. Okay. Taking one for the team. Okay, Victor, thank you for joining me on the panel. Anything you want to say about that?
Hello, Coachila. Good evening.
Big up, and thank you for.
Yeah,
I hope you're doing well.
yeah, I'm doing okay. I didn't even get, network. My network was fluctuating, so I didn't get what you said like
No, I
properly.
was reading the league's top performers.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
from a, you could say, yeah, statistical perspective, if that makes sense to you. But that's fine. I don't think we need to actually, you don't have to say anything about that if you don't have anything to add to it. Let's move on to something maybe we'll all talk about. I'm quite sure you've seen uh, the most prominent topic within the football world, and maybe you could say Premier League community, who's better than the other, Moises Caicedo or Declan Rice. I think they differ a little bit, and numbers don't tell the entire story. Numbers don't tell the entire story because some metrics, because some metrics you could say depends largely on how the manager likes to approach the game, on, or maybe let's say some from the perspective of where the player is usually deployed, leads to them having a better number in a particular metric. But let's say your thoughts off the bat. We still have to look at their numbers for 24-25, maybe 25-26 also. Which of the two players do you think is better than the other? For me, I'd say when it comes to what you expect from defensive midfielders, for me, definitely Moises Caicedo, and that's my opinion. But let's hear you.
Yeah, as a Chelsea fan, yeah, and someone that loves football, if you tell me, okay, last season or last year, last two season, that okay, Rice is maybe a little bit better than Casado, I might agree with you. But currently what is going on, there is no way, and there is no football fan that will tell you that okay, Rice is better than Casado. There's no way. If you see what Casado is doing currently now, even from the just concluded Club World Cup
Mhm.
till now. There's nobody, you will not even need a soothsayer to tell you that okay, Casedo is better than Rice. I don't even know how to explain it, but eye test, even just eye test will tell you that Casedo is it by marking, blocking, scoring wonder goals, turners. He's far better. Not even they are not even close. Currently, they are not close. I'm not saying it because I'm a Chelsea fan. No. I'm saying it based okay, I'm a football fan. I watch two of them play. And as a football fan, I know that okay, Caicedo is better than Rice. That's just it.
And
There's no
let's
there's
even
no
look at the interceptions, which you could argue something you could say the most appropriate metric with which to measure how well a defensive midfielder is doing. Yeah, we're looking at the top three performers in the league for 25-26, and Casado is second only to Amadou Onana of Aston Villa. So
Mhm.
I don't know, but there are other aspects. But let's look at things from the perspective of what they should be doing as defensive midfielders. I don't think people are really doing that. But Bobby, big up, thank you, and once again for finding the time to join us on the panel. We're back in streaming. We'll be streaming on a daily basis. Hopefully, we'll have the ideas on what topics to discuss as during the international break will be easy to will come easy. But that's by the way, Bobby. What do you make of the comparison? I don't think there's any need for that. ITAS tells the truth, in my opinion, and you can say numbers. You can say the Premier League's a statistical presentation on the player on the. Let me. What's the right way to phrase it? On top performance says it all. Say it all because yeah, Declan Rice is not even he's not even the top three performers in terms of interceptions per 90 minutes. Let me just expand it in case he's there, because we're sticking with top three and miss the fact that, yeah, he's there, but I'm not seeing it. So let's look at it. Top
Eh,
performer 2.9, Amadou Onana of Aston Villa. Second, Moises Caicedo 2.6 of Chelsea. Then Malik, is it Tiao 2.6 of Malik is of Newcastle United. And yeah, Declan Rice, where is he? Even Reece James before Declan Rice. If even that's even if Declan Rice is there, he's not even there. In the,
he made only three interceptions. What I'm saying
exactly,
now,
but we
he
have
made
to be
only three
honest.
interceptions.
Again, everything comes down to how Mikel Arteta utilizes him. I don't. For me, I'd say that the comparison isn't necessary. But if you said Declan Rice is a DM, then yeah, we don't even need to do that. Moises Caicedo is a much better player. Is much better as fulfilling
In
that role
almost
than Rice.
in almost all metrics, that Casedo is better than him currently. That's what I'm telling you. Currently,
Yeah,
there's no way you
we
will
will
compare
pull it up.
Casedo with.
We'll put the numbers up. Let's hear. Yes, let's hear from Bobby.
Yeah, big up, guys.
Big up, Bobby.
Big up, coach. Coach, at more past midnight over here.
Yeah, I know.
It
I
would be
know. I
nice
know.
to actually talk about the game,
We've
but
already
I go with your
we
format.
did a review yesterday.
Yeah, but nobody knows when you're streaming, and you have to let your OGs the opportunity to say a few things
Go
that
ahead,
need
Bobby. Go
saying.
ahead.
No, I'll first of all answer your question about Declan Rice and Kaisedo. I look at these things as unnecessary deflections for us. Who cares? I'm even happy if they don't think Kaisedo's any good. I don't want him to have that pressure. So if they're all going to say it's Declan Rice, okay, fine. I mean, it's unimportant. The important thing for us is that he keeps performing, he keeps developing, he keeps growing. All these accolades are just an unnecessary attention, pressure on him, and it's a deflection from the serious issues in the squad. The fact that we are having to play him game in, game out, league games, Champions League, cup games, internationals. It's too much. We don't have a rotation. The performance against Liverpool, I missed your match review. But I have to say, it really was an excellent performance. It showed the potential and the youth talent that we have, and it showed that Maresca really knows how to perform once he's given the opportunity to study an opponent. However, let's not paper over the cracks. We have issues. Our injury issues are not acceptable. The fact that we have six defenders out of one game is just not acceptable. Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United, these teams never seem to meet Chelsea when they have a complement of players. They are always fit. We are never fit. You don't see Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United, even Man City players riding around on the floor like Chelsea were.
Bobby, go ahead.
Um,
I'll be right back.
sorry, what was that?
No, he said he will be back. That you should go on. Go on. He'll be right back.
Oh, okay. So, um, what was I saying? Yeah, I mean,
You're talking about
you
our
don't.
injury defenders.
Yeah, you don't see these other rival teams having the struggles that Chelsea have. The centre back pairing we had of Badiashile and Achingpon were doing excellently. They did very well. But isn't it interesting that they couldn't finish the game? Either of them. That is a problem. I don't know what sort of injury they have. I don't know what sort of injury Badiashile has because he's just come back. So this idea of being a team who never recovers its injured players is a problem. Is a problem. So in as much as I am happy with the game against Liverpool, and in as much as I'm content with a lot of the performances, I still remain deeply concerned. Injuries, people made a lot about the Garnacho performance. I don't particularly think it was that commendable. I think it was, okay.
But at least he improved. He improved, Bobby. He
Yeah,
improved.
he did. So did Gittins when he came on. There was
Yeah.
improvement, and I think that's the best way to put it. Yeah, it was an improvement. Is
Yeah.
it a solution for us going forward? I don't know. I have my doubts. We can't keep being deficient in a squad. Now Lavia is back, thank God, but for how long? We still haven't seen him for 90 minutes. That's my concern, and that's where I just hope we're not too distracted by one, the performance, and two, things like what Jamie Carragher said about who's the best DM. For us at Chelsea, I don't think that's our priority right now. Personally, I think our focus has to be a critique and an insistence on them fielding fit players for this season.
In terms of the
Uh,
injury issues, I think. Go ahead, Victor. While you speak, I'm going to bring up The
Yeah,
list
yeah,
of
yeah.
injury issues we
I
have. Go
think
ahead.
And please tell me what's happened to Badiashile because
yeah,
No, nothing serious. It was just a
no,
precautionary
yeah, yeah.
measure. I think the manager. Let me, if you don't, the manager had. You could say he wasn't too concerned about taking them off, and the reason I wasn't concerned either was the way we play. We don't leave defending for center backs alone. They're still expected to do certain things, but the approach, we don't defend with our center backs alone. It's again, I don't know how it's expressed, but you get the point.
well
He
they
just had
played.
to take them off, not to aggravate the situation. They're fine, according to Willie Caballero. And the international breaks, international break gives us time for them to recover, and by that time, Tosin will be back. What's his name? Also, Fofana will be back. I think we'll have all our centre backs back.
I have to add that the Achipong and Badiashile gave me what I wanted to see:
They were
physicality,
brilliant.
height,
Badiashile continue.
good
Yeah.
on the ball,
Hmm.
technicality, the
they
passing of
were excellent.
Badiashile.
They were
They
excellent.
they were indeed excellent. Those are my kind of defenders. That's what I'm looking for. Um,
Badiashile also is improved. You can
yeah,
say
he
from a
has.
physical perspective. Not
Yeah,
just he's not as soft as he was when he joined us early in his Chelsea career. He was too soft, easily bullied, but
well,
that has changed.
you
Go
look
ahead.
the
You were
he
saying
look
something, Victor. Sorry, Bobby. Go
well,
ahead.
just he looks the part. You look at his shoulders now, muscular, strong. This is how to deal with the Premier League. I'm very, very happy that they're not seriously injured. I don't think we need that. We need to be able to field a strong side. I think we spanked Liverpool. To be honest, that's not some tin pot side. That is a side loaded with some of the best players in the world. They are mature, much more mature than us, but we confused them thoroughly. They started doing things like putting midfielders on left back, right back, taking out centre backs. They were confused, and the last 15, that second half was there for them, for the taking for them, but they got so confused such that the last 15 minutes we tore them apart. And it is a testament to the talent at Chelsea that we can actually take away our centre backs. Put someone like Reece James, who by his own admission he had never played centre back before, with a 19-year-old Jarell Hatto, both of which
That kid is an
physically,
excellent signing. My
well,
goodness.
yeah,
Can be
he was
physical,
well,
hardly
both
ever
of which
panics, excellent on the ball,
well both
has a good leap in him.
to be honest,
Wow.
both
Go
both
ahead.
of which physically were no match for Alexander Isak and Ekatike in terms of height. I
Mhm.
wouldn't do that every week, put them
No, no, no.
as
I mean,
centre
sometimes
backs,
you
but
have to you could say factor that into your
but
selection process.
but what we did, which I thought was very intelligent, was we smothered the midfield. So there was no supply.
Hmm.
Liverpool's supply comes from the midfield.
Yeah, we controlled the
Um,
game.
Thankfully, look at what happens when we have a fit Lavia. Lavia comes, he does the DM bit, which puts Kaisedo in the middle and pushes Enzo further forward. It's devastating. It really is. So, our focus has to be fitness. So if they want to say that Declan Rice is better than Kaisedo, even if they want to say that Kaisedo is not a good midfielder, I'll take it. I'm like, okay, fine. I don't want them to say he's the best. I really don't. We don't need that distraction.
You
Um,
don't need that pressure. The more pressure on him.
exactly. We don't need that. He's doing excellently. Him, and I have to say, Enzo Fernandez. He came back in that game.
He turned it up to a maximum
He
notch.
he had an excellent game, and in terms of fitness, you look at Caicedo, Enzo, and Cucurella. I mean, my God. I mean, talk about overplaying people. Those guys are have been played game in, game out, and long may they continue. But they are the Conor Gallagher's in terms of fitness of the team now. So yeah, I don't care if for the accolades. I just want them to perform. I was on a platform, coach, where who was it? I think it was Tyrell. He was. They were. We were talking about uh, Estevao, and one guy there was saying, "Oh, Estevao should start." And I know,
No,
no, it's fine. Let him come on. Let him be that player that makes a difference.
the
Sometimes he'll
integration
start.
process should be gradual. Only the manager knows when
Exactly.
he's ready to be starting games.
Yeah.
And some after the way he finished the game, how well he did. During the review show, some people were saying, "You see, he should have started." And I told them,
No.
"Look, chances are, had he started, he would not have been as impactful.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Football doesn't
Sometimes you
work like
start
that.
him. Sometimes you get him off the bench. You don't put him out there like he's a seasoned pro. That he has no. You don't remember this kid is 18.
You have to
And
protect him,
yes,
even
you
from
got it.
himself. Even when he says, 'Yeah, I'm ready to go,' you
Yeah.
sometimes you just have to tell him, 'Calm down. We
Yeah.
know how good you can be. Let's take this easy.'"
Mhm.
Yeah. You
Because
got it.
I've followed football long enough to say, to know that such pressure can actually lead to an upcoming player not reaching the height they're able to reach, they're capable
Yeah.
of reaching.
You
It
got
has
it. You
happened
got
to a
it.
lot of young players. So the gradual process, I'm saying, yeah, it makes sense. Look at Hendrick. Look at
Yeah.
him to a measure that Xavi has come publicly and said, "Yeah, he's not part of my plan." But he's not as humble as Estevao, to be clear. He's not as humble because Estevao is very humble from a Christian family. His father is a pastor and all that. Always tells you how he gives glory to God for everything, his success and whatever he's achieved in life. So
Yeah.
he's a
Yeah.
different person in terms of character. I think Maresca, he's doing it the right way.
Yeah.
I would have loved for the same to be with Gittins, but because we lacked numbers in that area, Gittins just had to start. He was thrown into the deep
Into
end
yeah, and he
too
wasn't
quickly.
ready. Yeah.
But see when he came off the bench against Liverpool, he nearly scored a goal and was part of the process, the build up to the goal, the second goal. He can't. He's good. One of the best dribblers in Europe. I'm not just making that up. 24-25. He's in the what
No,
he finished 24-25 in the top 1%, better than Nico Williams, which you could
Yeah.
argue, which was why we didn't really push for Nico Williams, but him. We just need patience. But go ahead, Bobby.
Well,
Sorry to cutting you off.
definitely, he is a developing player for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
His physicality seemed a little bit better against Liverpool as well. Yeah, he's developing. Victor rightly corrected me that Garnacho showed an improved performance.
He was
For
good.
for for me, it
Mhm.
still wasn't good enough. He does a lot of falling down and all that. I just think it's a little
You
bit
know he
out
got
of
us a penalty, but he was denied.
yeah, yeah.
That was a
I
blatant
don't think
shove, in
that.
my opinion. I've
ah,
looked at it
that
multiple
that
times.
was a penalty.
Yeah,
That
that
was a
was a
penalty. I
penalty.
don't even know why they didn't give it.
Yeah,
Should have been
you
a
know,
That
penalty.
was a penalty.
that sort of thing. Anthony Taylor is never going to give us that. It's not clear enough.
But
Anthony
that's
Taylor.
fine.
You
We
have
still
to get a
won.
double barrel gun and shoot someone for him to say, okay, it's a penalty. So,
But because it's Chelsea, they won't do.
exactly. So I didn't hold my breath for that. I'm still looking for more from him. However, he's shown signs against Liverpool that he can give us more.
Can I
And
tell you
I
what you're gonna see from him, Bobby? Let me
yeah,
tell you now.
you and
Okay, because
Dante.
look, he's a kid, but he's an excellent player, in all honesty. And we believe me, signing Ganacho wasn't a mistake. And I think at some point very soon, in due time, you will look back and say, yeah, I was wrong. This kid
Look,
will get you goals. Like
This,
the sort of goals that you will categorize as pulling a rabbit out of the hat.
yeah, I mean,
And
look,
he
it's
puts excellent crosses into the box with intent. Unlike Madueke, who puts crosses into the box just for the sake of putting crosses into the box and let those players in the box deal with it. He puts crosses into the box with intent, with aim, finding his teammates.
yeah, I mean,
And
unfortunately we haven't been playing with a proper striker. We
exactly.
don't have Delap, and we only just use Mark Gui.
You see,
Um,
he clicked one of his shots, nearly went in.
And we'll
Just
be
no, just clicked
getting
off
red
the
cards.
woodwork.
yeah.
Here's something I'm singing from him. He's still, you could say, a bit nervous. He's still playing it safe. That's you haven't seen the real Ganacho.
Mm.
You haven't. He's still playing it safe to a certain extent, which is nice. Which is something I would have loved Gittins to do. And had Gittins done that, I don't think a lot of people would have been on his back right now. But I think a few are changing their minds, changing their comments, taking back their comments about him. And he has the record to back it up.
Yeah, I mean,
Which was
I don't mind people getting on his back. After all, they got on Noni Madueke's back. This is what happens at big clubs with big expectations. Look, the one thing the game against Liverpool showed me
Mhm.
personally is this team, just get these guys fit, because this team is formidable. I really do believe that. I think this Chelsea team will take anybody and everybody in the world to the cleaners.
The
But
only thing
they've
is just let's have all our players available for
Yes,
selection.
let them be fit.
Most of them are coming back this month though. Most of them are
Yeah,
coming back
you
this
could
month.
say after the international break, we'll have tons of them, except for Levi Colwell
Yeah,
and the
Uncle
lap.
Palmer.
And
Uncle
the lap.
Palmer.
Copam, I
yeah,
think, will be fine because as long as he
You think
doesn't
yeah.
so?
travel, he's not going to the England camp, which means he'd have the
Yeah, but
opportunity to be
didn't
well
you
rested.
see?
Yeah, but go
Didn't
ahead.
you see?
Chala-
Didn't you see how he was wincing when Hato accidentally jumped on him?
But that,
He
yeah, but I mean, I think
oh,
he'll be fine. But go ahead with what you were saying.
well, we shall see. I mean, I
Chalobah
hope
will only
so.
miss
Chalobah's absence was due to
yeah,
a suspension.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's meant to be back
Both
for the next
Santos,
game.
Fofana, Tosin, Palmer will all come back on October this month.
Let's look at the
Delap and
official.
Esco
Um,
and
yeah, let's look at what we have here. You could say probably reflective of the official record with regards to their possible return date for each of them. Tosin comes back mid-October. Benoit Badiashile, nothing there. I think, as just Willie Caballero said, it was a precautionary measure, nothing serious. Levi Colwell, April 2026, we know that. Wesley Fofana, mid-October, concussion. We know that, yeah, we've always known that's the case. Dario Esugo, late December. That department, we don't have problems there. Andreas
Mhm.
Santos, late October. Okay. Who else? Cole Palmer, mid October. So probably after the international break, I think we'll have a lot of them back. Liam Delap, mid November, earlier than actually I had expected. Again, I thought he will return, but mid November, not bad. I think we still with yeah, with Mike Gill available, I think we'll be fine until that time. So that's it. Go ahead, Victor. You were saying something.
yeah, that's the thing. That's the same thing I wanted to say though. Yeah.
All right. Let me catch up with what
Um
we have here. Then,
yeah.
just for the sake of it, we'll look at Declan Rice's numbers and that of Moises Caicedo. But let's catch up with what we have in the chat here. I don't think I've said hello to people. That's all like me. We don't operate that way. Apologies to people there. And Dwayne Rice says, I love the victory yesterday. Let's go on a run. I think we can. We can. And the truth remains, games we've lost, if you look at them, 4 of the 5 games we've lost in 25 games in total, or how many games in total, we had red cards in 4 of them. That tells you something. Let's say we badly need a new goalkeeper and a proper center back, and we can win the league. That's according to Dwayne Wright. Okay. What else do we have here? Nice to see you, La Paz Cotton. Nice to see you, Mr. La Paz. And GFC, Gavin! Nice to see you, Mr. Gavin. I hope you're doing well. Big up to you too. And we have 24 people following the show on YouTube. If at least half of you like the video, we'll have 12 likes. But we're still stuck on the 6 likes. We should be doing a lot better than that. If you haven't, please take a second to drop a like on the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. You can press and hold your screen for just about a second to see the like, a comment, and share options. Yep, the more likes we can get, the more the YouTube algorithm will be triggered and be forced to push the stream to more people who will be interested in the topics we have lined up or we're discussing, because we don't have so much lined up to talk about. Rice was at the bridge yesterday for the game. Was he really? I didn't see that. I honestly did not see that. And Mr. Tony Silver, my bro here, my American bro, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join us in the live chat session. Big up. That's not easy. I appreciate you. So let's look at that number. And before we go ahead, this is no, not that particular, not that one. This one here. Yep. Moises Caicedo and Declan Rice for 24-25. Declan Rice is 26, more experienced, definitely. Moises Caicedo, 23. Moises Caicedo, 24-25, played 3,728 minutes. And Rice played 3,100 minutes. In terms of, here's the thing. Yeah, you remember, I don't know, you heard me say that what matters, if we categorize both as DMs, then definitely Kaisedo is a much better player. Look at it. Possession one. Yeah, he's miles better than Rice. Not even close. Then duels one, miles better. Progressive passes, not miles, but you can say a lot better. Then the areas where Declan Rice is better, key passes, forward passes, slightly better. Even forward passes, 24-25, Moises Caicedo, slightly better. But ball carrying, Declan Rice, a lot better. But everything comes down to the manager's approach. So I don't think the comparison is necessary, in my opinion. But in all honesty, if we're talking about DM, Moises Caicedo is one of the best in world football right now. They say numbers don't lie, and we have that on the screen. So we're not talking about attacking midfielders. So I don't think uh, ball carrying maybe, yeah, but key passes shouldn't, for me, not necessarily you could say a factor we should take seriously when we're talking about DMs. It's about possession one, duels one, progressive. Yeah, just those two, in my opinion. But even progressive passes, he finished that particular season better than Rice. Forward passes that he finished that particular season better than Rice. And even though he's usually again deployed in a deeper position than Declan Rice. But both are good players. I wouldn't actually mind having both in our team. But because they play for different teams, there will almost always be, you can say, some sort of, you can say, debate on who is the better midfielder than the other. But yeah, we don't have to go too far to confirm that. Not midfielder, defensive midfielder. We've looked at the Premier League top performers. Yeah, he wasn't even in the top three. I think top five, top six. But Victor, let's hear you if you want to add anything to that. I know Bobby isn't interested in
Yeah.
talking about that. Further, we can move to other
Yeah,
topics we
yeah,
have lined up.
yeah. So long that both of them are playing in two different teams, there must be, debate. Debate will almost come up.
Mhm.
But all I know is that okay, Kaisedo is doing well in my club. He's performing so well,
And
excellently
Rice,
well.
in his own way, is doing well for Arsenal, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing well for Arsenal, but generally when you look at it, you will know that the general that means Casedo is performing better, way better than him. So it's not even up to a debate. When you look at it this season currently season, Caicedo is far better than Caicedo. Caicedo is better than Rice. It's not a debate, bro. You know,
Even as a DM, he finished the 24-25 season better than Rice. I have it on the screen here. I'm not making that up. The numbers tell us the same. But as I've said, I wouldn't mind us having both at Chelsea.
we
Yeah,
have the best. Let them have Rice. Let us have Kaisedo.
exactly. Keep
We
your
have
Rice
we
and
have
I'll
the
keep
best.
my Kaisedo.
Yes, I just it.
Yeah,
But
Bobby, I
just
think
the
I
thing
might
is
have a
that
question for you before. Go ahead, Victor, if you were saying something. I think there's a question
no,
in
the
the.
thing is that I don't,
Yeah.
putting making all those debates will only put more pressure on those players. But the thing is that the debate will must surely be there. That's just it.
Oh,
Must
yeah.
surely be
As long
there.
as they play for
Uh-huh.
two different clubs.
Yes. But all I know is that okay, Kaisodo is doing perfectly well. What we want him to do, he's doing it. So I don't even have, I'm not bothered about the debate.
Yeah, it does make sense. But Tony, thank you for joining the chat. Down Ali says, I feel like we got the players for the season to walk, but individual errors are costing us. But eventually, I think um, you could say that loss to Bayern, the way we lost that game, uh, you could say that was you could say a proper reintroduction to how um, you could say how you must be playing at the highest level to succeed in the Champions League in terms of concentration for the entire 90 minutes. Because yeah, had it not been for
But
the penalty, the own goal, and then the assist by Gusto, the game could have ended zeros, irrespective of whether they played better than us. The manager
Coachila,
did his homework. He did set up the team the way that yeah, what's come to us, we will walk away from the Allianz Arena with 1 point. But the players, yeah, they proved that yeah,
Coachila,
some of them it was their debut in the Champions League, right?
yeah, yeah,
Majority of them on the day actually was it, wasn't
exactly,
it?
yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah,
But the only thing is that even you are talking about okay, even if not for penalty, on goal, all those assists from Gusto, they are all part of football. They are all part
they're
of
part of it,
football.
but I mean that was too much in a single
They are part
game.
of
It wasn't
football.
like it
The
was
thing is
just the
that
own goal and the
Bayern
penalty.
Munich,
Yeah.
coach, Bayern Munich, they played us, they beat us. Let's just agree that they
Listen,
outplayed
can
us.
I
They
say
beat
this?
us.
Can we say this? Can we? Let's be honest here. Had the game ended in a draw, I don't think you'd be talking about how they mopped the Allianz Arena carpet with us. I know, even though you'd know that was the case, maybe they were the much better side. We played
Yes,
well in patches on that day, but had the game ended in a draw, I don't think you'd be talking about. You'd be prioritizing. You can say whenever you talk about the game, you'd be prioritizing talking about how they were the better side. No, you would just be happy we drew.
exactly,
But
exactly.
yeah,
That's what I'm
exactly.
telling you.
But
That's what.
it also makes it important that we talk about how we practically give them the 3 points on a platter and say, yeah, thank you for welcoming us to the Allianz Arena. Here's a gift for you.
But when you watch Liverpool this season, most of their games they don't play well, but at the end of the day they win. Do you get
Exactly.
it?
So that which justifies
They,
my argument that had we won, it doesn't matter how badly we played on the day.
but at the end of the day they defeated us. Let's just
Yeah,
accept it that
a
those
defeat is a
people.
defeat, but it's important that we talk about the lessons learned from that day. In the Champions League, you get punished for the slightest of errors you make.
Exactly. Yeah, I
Which
understand.
was the
Yeah,
manager did say something similar during the post game interview. One of the lessons, yeah, you don't make such mistakes when it again at the highest level. You get
yeah,
punished.
exactly.
So that's my point. I'm not saying you're right. Yeah, the better side won, but yeah, sometimes the better side don't win games. Had it not been for the errors, the better side on the day wouldn't have won. Couldn't have won. But that's by the way. You get my point. Let's see. Let's see what else we have here. Who do you think we need to build a dynasty and why? Bobby, I'm throwing that question at you. Let's hear you.
You mean individually?
He said, yeah, I mean, let's hear your opinion. He says, who do you think we need to sign to build the dynasty and why?
Well, there's a problem in that who is available to sign. I'm of the belief that uh, well, we've got Estevao. We still need that striker to come in that can float between point striker, left winger, right winger, and rotation um, for Cole Palmer. We know we have Estevao, but I think Estevao is very flexible. I don't think he should be shoehorned into that position in particular. We just need that extra guy. Now, it would have been good for us to get Mohamed Kudus, but that's gone. You are into Xavi Simmons, but I think we have too many vertically challenged players. So we need somebody with some height. My call is for Morgan Rogers.
Hmm.
Is that possible? It's looking less and less likely. I don't know if they're trying to tie him in for an extended contract. I don't know. His contract is long enough as it is, but I would look at him. They're
And
talking
I
of
think he'd be plug and play at Chelsea given his relationship with Cole Palmer and the English contingent.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he has the sort of qualities I think we need in terms of technicality, physicality, and height. You know, he's not too tall, but he's certainly not as small as a lot of our forward line is. Um, People talk of Ferran Lopez. I can't say I know him that well. I have seen a few snippets of his games, you know, but doing it for a loaded Barcelona in a league that's loaded to your favor, apart from Real Madrid, is one thing, but doing it in the Premier League is another. So he's somebody I don't know, but who I am certain of would be Morgan Rogers. I think a Morgan Rogers in the Chelsea squad would be massively useful. But having said that, having said all of that, what Chelsea need is to be fit. You know, if we
Because
have
we
our
have a really good squad.
we do. You know, if we have our players fit, it's a whole different ball game, a whole different ball game. Um, but you know, that's the problem we're facing: fitness. Because if we have our players fit, we can mix it up. Yes, we did fantastically against Liverpool, but I wouldn't certainly start with what we ended with, game in, game out. It's just not going to work, you know, especially with lower teams that won't have the courage to attack you and will be looking to play you on the break and put some big guy there that's going to try and come and bully your centre backs. I mean, we need our proper centre backs available. So, yeah, answering that question, if I'm going to be direct as to who we know that's out there at the moment, I have to call Morgan Rogers.
All right, your question has led to that individual who asked you that question to ask another question. But before we get to that, just give me a section, a few seconds here. Chimera, nice to see you. You go back to go back to where you came from. Stop talking to me. And Mickey, the Giant, thank you for reposting the streamer on X. I appreciate that, my brother. Much love to you. Let's see. So is Gui staying? Yeah. Given what we know that if he played, if he can at the time that if he played if he plays a single minute, that's it. He cannot go out on loan in January, so he stays now. So I think that's Maresca's way. You could argue, probably maybe he heard what people were
Can,
saying to
can I
confirm that
comment
Gui
on
is staying, and he likes the kid. Remember?
Can I comment on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have always been an exponent of the fact that I think we need three strikers.
Hmm.
I don't understand this two striker nonsense. Nobody does that.
I don't think
Liverpool,
anybody gave out.
Liverpool.
Again, I don't think I've ever heard anybody say we want just two.
Well,
Because
on
he
this
wanted Jackson
platform,
to stay, but he
there were
wanted to
many
leave.
that were advocating that two was enough. I
You
never,
guys,
never,
you
never.
guys don't like this Julian Alvarez. this Argentine
Well,
striker,
he's
Julian
not
Alvarez.
That's
available.
one of
He's not
Bobby's
available.
favorite strikers. Actually, he
Yeah,
likes
he's
him a lot. He was calling for
yeah,
Chelsea to make a move for him when he was still at City. But
yeah,
Bobby, go
but
ahead.
he's not available, and we have a Julian Alvarez like player in Mark Gui in the making. We have
Even
to give
much
Mark
more,
Gui.
but Dewey is more of a traditional number nine than Alvarez. Alvarez is more of a hybrid number nine,
Yeah, but whatever, we have to remember that Mark Gui himself is only 19.
and he's a good player.
Um,
He's a
he's
good
an
player.
excellent player, and
Our
I
top
think
scorer, he was he did he win the top scorer in the UF Conference League? I don't know,
No, 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 he didn't.
but
no,
he
but
was our top
he
scorer at
scored.
one point.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah.
And he scored a number of goals. But hey, look, the important thing is, look, he has to be in the squad. We need that third striker. It's a no-brainer. I don't understand those that were saying, "Oh, Delap and João Pedro is enough." Well, quite clearly, you can see it is not enough. With João Pedro out, Delap is now. I mean, with Delap out, João Pedro is now exhausted, and he's not a number nine as such. He needs that extra person, and that extra person would be Gui. Gui is such a nuisance when he plays that it will afford João Pedro the opportunity to play his
His
game.
pressing is something special.
Yeah, and he makes up for his lack of height by his endeavor, and the fact that he is a natural striker. So I'm glad that he's being used, and as far as I'm concerned, he has to stay. He has to stay. All these people saying, "Oh, it's going to stunt his development." No, it will not. He will play enough games. You play him in the
And
cup,
if he proves he should be starting ever any of our so-called starting
then he
senior
starts.
number nines, he gets a chance to start. And I like Maresca for that.
Yeah.
Maresca, once you prove you should be starting, you get a chance.
Yeah, when is Delap coming back? Who knows? You're saying end of November. Yeah, but then he has to be match fit. He has to get back into the groove. Gui is going to have more than enough opportunities as long as he himself stays fit, and he's needed. I'm so glad that João Pedro isn't going to the international break. He needs to rest and recover. And
And
Gui,
Moises Caicedo, I heard, isn't going to.
I hope not. I hope not, because Moises needs to rest. These players have played too much. I'm looking at Cucurella. Okay, Hato, he needs a bit more time to develop in that area, but he looks like somebody that will learn quickly because we've got to be able to rotate Cucurella as well. But once we're getting there, we're not too far off. Um, Gui, I thought he caused Liverpool all sorts of problems. It's just it wasn't mentioned. I think Gui was one of the instrumental players to the fact that when Gittins and Cucurella was coming forward and tormenting them on the left, and um, what's his name, Estevao was tormenting them on the right, their fullbacks were left isolated because the centre backs were afraid to come out, and I've seen a weakness
Bobby,
in
I'm sorry. Have you seen that screenshot of how how
Van
uh,
Dijk.
Van Dijk was turning his backside?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, the
He was
memes are
far
all out.
away. He was so far away from the shot. I was like, what is
Yeah,
what is he doing? But
the
you could
memes
argue
are all out.
Caicedo faked him. The first fake shot led to
Well,
him, you could say, trying to block a shot that wasn't coming. So
well,
he got, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I have to say that one analysis by Jamie Carragher was very right. They make a 2v1 situation with their centre backs all the time, and what Maresca did that was very clever was it's quite obvious when you have a 2v1 centre back situation, it means one Chelsea player is free at all times. And at that time, it was Kaisedo. And Van Dijk started trying to run after João Pedro, and that left that space for Kaisedo. When that happened and Caicedo scored with that with a rocket, if you noticed, Van Dijk and up until the time he was still on the pitch, Canute, they stayed in the centre back positions, which left their left and right backs totally exposed. They were no longer going to support them. The midfielders had their hands full trying to handle Caicedo and Enzo. I think we really dealt with them. You know, we really dealt with them, and they were tactically confused. Then, when they decided to drop Canute
Yeah.
and bring on Robinson and tried an overlap, they were Gui came on, and Gui completely. I mean, Gui harassed them so much that they were all over the place. Then they started to do this tit for tat football. Okay, we'll go all out for you because they thought our centre backs were weak. But then what did Maresca do? He then brought in the midfield general in Lavia, and Lavia took over. It really was an excellent performance. And if anybody sits down and sees how tactically we dismantled Liverpool, you would be very, very happy. However, not carried away because we know Maresca. Maresca is good at analyzing teams he knows. It's those he doesn't know too well that he struggles with,
He
these
will, yeah,
lower
he will
teams.
always tell you he's concerned about teams he doesn't know well.
Exactly. And, you know, he knows Liverpool well, your PSGs and all that. I was surprised he didn't do too much of a good job against Bayern, but let's just let that one slide. It was our first time back in the Champions League. It's a very difficult arena. Bayern had every reason to win that game. They're still hurting over what we did to them in 2012. They will never forget it. One day we're going to go back there and completely destroy their confidence because we're going to win there and they know it again. But, you know, every dog has to have his day in football, and that was theirs. I don't think um, if the Chelsea team can stay fit, I've always said this. If that team is fit, wow, I don't think many people are going to be able to live with us. I really don't. I think the flexibility, the tactical capability of this team is devastating. It is Can you imagine a time when they will have both Estevao and hopefully a fit Cole Palmer on the pitch and João Pedro and a Delap? Wow. Think about it. It's going to be a problem. It is going to be a problem. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Who's going to live with that comfortably? Nobody. It's just we haven't had that yet.
All right. Let me catch up with what we have in the chat here. So it's you, yeah, he's staying, definitely. Tony Sewell here says, yes, Morgan Rogers manifested into reality. And here's a question here. As much as I like Rogers, what about Pies? That's an
Right.
excellent question.
Yeah.
Pies is you could argue my chances are he was the reason why Chelsea didn't really push it to get, not necessarily, there are other
Simmons
factors too, but you could argue one of the main reasons why we didn't push for to get the Xavi Simons deal across the line. I'm only
and
speculating
Ferrin
here,
Lopez.
but yeah, and Fermin Lopez too, because I think if we were serious, I think we would have gone in with a bid that would convince Barca to sell him, because at the time, Hansi Flick did make some public comments that suggest Fermin had told them that he wanted to leave. He did say something about ego and all the things that he only wants people that wants to be part of the project to stay and some. But that's, by the way, I think Pies is a player. He's not again. He's not the same as Fermin. Fermin more physical. Fermin is more like Mount, but you could argue more technically gifted. I haven't taken my time to compare them, but I don't think it makes sense to sign Morgan Rogers while there's a chance if Pies plays a lot on enough games in the French league and proves that yeah he'd be a good addition to our squad. I don't think it makes sense to sign Morgan Rogers. Listen, Fermin is an attacking midfielder. Paez also an attacking midfielder, but Fermin, he plays central mainly as number 8, number 10, and his style is a dynamic, high energy box to box player, presses aggressively, makes less runs into the box, and you can say can play wide too, but mainly central area. And for me, it's more like Mason Mount, but more technically gifted. And I have to be honest, I haven't actually taken the time to compare how they measure against each other in terms of technical ability. In the case of Pies, is an attacking midfielder, winger can fulfill the number 10 role, or left-sided playmaker to occupy that pocket. And you could argue works well in the Maresca approach because we usually play with two tens, occupying two pockets in the final third area. He can do that. He's an excellent playmaker. He has good vision, has excellent passing range, can dribble but drifts to the left a lot, just like Xavi Simon does. He's quick on the ball. Yep, great vision. For me, I don't think it makes sense to sign either Fermin Lopez. Fermin Lopez more experience. He's had exposure in European football, but Pies, you could say, yeah, he's just started having his experience in European football. That's just the difference, honestly. That's just the difference. And I think I remember comparing their numbers for 24, 25, which Pies finished, I think, Independiente. There are some aspects where he did better than Fermin. There are some aspects where Fermin did better than him. So it wouldn't make sense. And that brings me to telling people, reminding people what I've always told them. The path taken needs patience. We have players capable of reaching that level that we're looking for. And it doesn't look like the owners are willing to go spend a whole lot of money again, you could say, to sign the so-called more experienced players. Things are
Let,
beginning
let,
to click. And as
let me
Bobby have said, if they can stay fit, we have a very nice squad. We're not perfect
let,
yet, but I think a few, you say 1, 2, 3 signing, maybe a defender that you can say that be a good leader is
let
needed.
me
Maybe
let,
one a center back that help you can say organize the defense, lead our back line. Maybe another goalkeeper. And
let me tell you what
yeah,
frustrates or what frustrated Chelsea fans. You see, we went through 2 seasons of accepting the project and watching the painful development of Jackson and Madueke. They were really a development, such that even the manager, I know fans used to get so frustrated as to the manager playing Jackson, I mean, Madueke in particular, game in, game out, and indeed Jackson, game in, game out. And we took them up to a level where fans actually thought, look, we worked so hard and we've had so much patience to get these guys to this point. Let's get them over the line. And now it looks like we're starting again. We've got Garnacho, we've got Gittens. These are developmental players, and it's a little bit frustrating. However, having said that, to be fair
can
to
I ask you this
Garnacho,
quickly, Bobby? Who would you rather we have over Ganacho?
Rogers,
How old
Morgan
is
Rogers,
Rogers?
Morgan Rogers, Kudus. Rogers is about 23 or so. He's not old.
Not
Um,
he's not that much older than Ganacho. Ganacho has
no, he's
Premier
not.
League experience, has Premier League experience, but they don't
And
play in
so
the same
does
position.
so does
Roger is more
Rogers.
of a 10. But that's
Yeah,
by the
but
way. My point is, uh,
Kudus,
we
another
do
one.
we even Kudus. I don't think we need Kudus. Coenda is
No,
coming. Coenda is more again. Kudus is more experienced than Coenda, but Coenda has more to his game than Kudus.
yeah, Morgan Rogers is
It depends if you
23.
want to play Kudus on the flanks or maybe centrally. I know Kudus can play on either flanks too.
Look,
Quenda can play as a wing back. He can play as a winger. He's an excellent player. I think we have numbers. That's why, and the reason we signed those young players in the first place is to have them available, loan them out to where they continue to develop, and if we need them, we'll bring them back ready. By the time we bring them back, they'd be ready. Just like the case of Andrea Santos.
Yeah, I mean, as I've said, the reason for the frustration is we've got to a point. We got to the Champions League, we became world champions, and to add to it all, there was the Conference League, and we just felt that it's time for the next step. Let's go above, one step closer. Waiting for Paez and Quenda is another sort of developmental step, which forfeits a year, and we're not going to see them till
With what
next
sort of
year,
changes, Bobby?
next season. Sorry.
With what sort of changes? What sort of changes do you mean
Well,
by, you
we
say, when you
we
say the expectation was that we take things, you could say, to the next level by
yeah.
doing what exactly? I want to
Well,
know so
we
that we
did
can have that conversation.
we did
Mhm.
we did a considerable amount of that. Delap was a certain upgrade. Del Pedro was an absolute upgrade,
Okay.
and then the return of Andre Santos and Esugo. I mean, they solidified the midfield. It was the flanks that left a little bit to be desired. Yes, Neto is an excellent player. Another one. I'm praying, long may he stay fit, because the drop in quality from him to the likes of Garnacho and Gittins is huge. Even though they are improving, the drop is huge. And now that we don't have a fit Cole Palmer and can only rely on Estevao to play on the right, it's a little bit dicey. But I understand their hesitation in getting too many permanent players in because of those that are coming. But the fact of the matter is that football waits for no one. You cannot risk not finishing top four.
All
You've
right.
got to be
I
back in the.
I don't think that risk is this right now, and that's my
Okay.
opinion. Let me ask you this, Bobby. If the lap wasn't injured, Cole Palmer wasn't injured, would you still say that, yeah, we lack in any area?
If both weren't injured, I would still say that we need rotation.
And we
Well,
have
we've solved the rotation issue for Delap because Mark Gui is around. Have we solved the rotation issue for Palmer? Well, it's that the jury's still out. We've got this 18-year-old kid that did wonders against Liverpool, and I expect he's going to be able to do that. And often we can drop João Pedro into that position if we play with a striker. Now we've got Mark Gui. The manager has shown he's not afraid to use the youngsters. Well, he's got to start to use him. It's all ifs and buts, maybes, and compromises at the
I
moment.
think, Bobby, what drives this particular opinion of yours is lack of trust in our recruitment this past summer transfer window. I think we're good. My issue
Well,
now is the injury, and as if I knew. If you remember when I was saying, I'd be happy if you were able to get in one defend more. You could say center back to help organize our back line. You can say lead our back. Lead is the word that I'm looking for. But if we don't, I'm not concerned because I understand how we play. The defenders are expected to do certain things, but you can argue once the game starts, we hardly ever. Our defenders actually operate like midfielders, which was why I wasn't concerned that when Badia Chile, I wasn't that concerned, to be honest. I was concerned to a certain measure because, yeah, they were part of the starting structure. The moment they go off, something changes, which could lead to an issue. But I wasn't that concerned because, yeah, more importantly, I looked at the players we had on the pitch and knew, yeah, we're going to control the game. And if you control the game, yeah, the defending starts from the attacking area, the way we pressed. So for me, I think we have a very good squad, and you've said that yourself. And if we had, again, if our players are, if we have them all fit and available for selection, I don't think we'll be complaining that much. And there's a risk. A lot of people wanted us to go into the market and buy another centre back. Had we done that, I would have loved it. But that does come with a risk. When everybody recovers, then you'd have a bloated squad. So I think
Well,
they had
I
to
was
do
never
what
one
they did.
shouting.
Go ahead, Bobby.
I'll say I was never one that was shouting for uh, another centre back. Funnily enough, I really didn't beat that drum. I really felt that what we had was enough, and the issue was returning to fitness. And the one centre back that I was concerned about, which is
All right, it looks like we lost Bobby. I'm gonna keep this having conversations with you. And yes, Morgan Rogers manifested into reality. I don't think that happens for real reasons. Ali, was it Ali in the live chat session? He mentioned Pies. That kid has excellent vision. You could say has a lot more to his game than Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers more experienced, Premier League experience, and those two reasons for me, you could say if you want plug and play with guarantee of the player, you could say hitting the ground running. Yeah, then Morgan Rogers. But if you want a lot more from a player, and if you're ready to give him time, then Kendry Paez, good vision, can also play on the flanks too. So, but yeah, let's see what else we have here. More likes, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. We have 41 people following the show on YouTube, and we have just 9 likes. We can do a lot better than that. The more likes we garner, the more the YouTube algorithm will be triggered and be forced to push the stream to more people who would be interested in the topics we have lined up here. I hope you guys can still hear me. Hope the connection issue isn't from my end. It looks like I've lost the 2 panelists that were with me here. So then Adam Ali says that this team lacks mentality and determination compared to teams like Liverpool and, and Arsenal. You're actually talking about an issue that's in the past. Mentality no longer an issue with this team. Determination no longer an issue. How many times have we considered first and still won? You tell me. So for me, the lack of mentality and lack of and lack of determination for me is a thing of the past. For this squad right now, mentality is there. Determination is there. They don't sulk once we even if we concede first. We still push, even if we're 2 goals down. So I think the debate should be as Bobby is debate is you can say debating right now. Do we have a balanced squad?
yeah. I
Would we
mean,
have
what
done things differently? But in terms of mentality and determination, you have it in this team. And Bobby was the one that said, yeah, winning the trophies we won means they've tasted blood. And even
yeah.
Mourinho did say it about this squad. He talked about how good this squad is. The most important thing for me, all our players, we're not perfect, but if we have all our players fit and available for selection, I think all the teams in the Premier League, even the Champions League, they're not going to be happy they're not going to be happy to face us. They have a lot of work. You could say it take a lot of effort to beat us. Look how we were able to deal with Liverpool, even when the 2 centre backs that started on that day had to be taken off. We were able to
Yeah.
still control the game, and down to Bobby's favorite thing, having 3 midfielders. So, but
Oh,
Bobby, go ahead. I
absolutely.
want you to talk about Adam Ali's suggestion that this team lacks. You can say, let me just say, still lacks mentality and determination. For me, those 2 factors are things of the past, not an issue for me anymore. But let's hear you.
Oh, absolutely. Sorry, before I dropped out. I I'm with you. I believe, and as I've always said, even right from the beginning of the season, that we need fitness. We need to have a fit squad. A fit squad will be an eye opener to everybody. Badiashile, who I was absolutely advocating for them to even sell, he has shown what he is, and he has shown to me why Maresca likes him. You know, Badiashile, I've always known he's an excellent passer of the ball. I've always known that.
Yeah, he has that in
What
him. Yeah.
what I wasn't confident in was, yeah, and I've also always known he's got good height. Is one, his aggression, I wasn't sure of, and two, his actual
No, you
physicality.
were
Because
Bobby at the time. You were correct. He used to be so soft. Even Colwell,
yeah,
in his first season, again as a senior player for Chelsea, was so soft.
was a
Also,
little bit soft. Yeah,
barely
so
able to shield the ball, but that improved the season after, and he's gotten better at it. But go ahead.
but you know, this time coming back from injury, this time Badiashile looks the part. He looks like a man. He's winning headers. His shoulders look strong. He's commanding the area. He's carrying the ball forward. He's pinging his usual passes, but with authority. And I found him. I think he really helped Achipong's game against Liverpool when they were both on as centre backs. It was perfect. You know, Achipong with his movement and his speed, he's developing physically in terms of his girth, but his height is good. Um, he was winning aerial balls. We are a young team, a very young team. We all know this, but we are an extremely talented team. But we've got to be fit. We've got to have these boys playing together. Honestly, I sincerely believe, especially after yesterday, these boys, if they are fit, they will be an absolute nightmare. They are good enough. They're good enough, and they will win some big prizes for sure, maybe even this season. But you know, we can't keep this injury nonsense going on. Having six defenders out and all that, I don't really want to see that for us anymore.
Can we talk a little bit about what do you think is the reason for
For
you
this,
say for us experiencing such high number of players out this time? For me, I think the manager did mention that the Club World Cup, which extended the
mm,
length of our season, we made it to the final, and that extended it to a period where the players usually go on holiday to rest, refuel, and then come back fresh and ready to go. And the manager
mm.
also did mention the case of PSG. They have a few starting players out also. Not a coincidence because we're talking about
Look,
both teams that played in the final. So I think it's a number of games. Because yeah, we even
it-
not a coincidence really. The Club World
look,
Cup is back.
I can take it for some players. I can take it for Cole Palmer, perhaps, maybe Delap, perhaps. But we failed to to mention that Neto, Caicedo, and Cucurella played all that Club World Cup. So, you know, João Pedro as well. You know,
But
well,
he's
at least
not.
he
You
came
could say since
halfway.
the start of the season,
So,
his form has dropped
well,
to not to a consigned measure, but to a certain point.
that's because his workload has had to increase, and we've been using him as a point striker, which he's not really. He plays better as a second man. So you know, we've been juggling players and pushing them in different places and overplaying certain players. This is the problem. I don't, you know, okay, Badiashile, I can understand. He's just come back. He's not fully match fit. He's had no preseason. I get it why they took him off against Liverpool. Achimpong, yes, he's been ill. He's not really fully match fit. Who knows how much he has recovered from his illness? I get why they took him off. Um, Fafana, I think, is a joke. Yeah, concussion, yada yada yada.
No, I
Somebody
mean it's
slapped
a
him
rule,
upside the
and
head.
had it not been for the rule, he'd still be playing, and nobody will know he has one. But I'm glad
Well,
technology
well,
has, you can say,
I
uh,
think we're
we have such technology to recognize when once that's the case, to not aggravate anything or leading to the player suffering some sort of illness at the latter
well,
stages in
yeah,
their respective lives. I think it's a good thing, honestly. It's good
well,
we have a way to check and see if that's the case for a
y-
player.
yes and no. Yes, we're getting too much into a sort of nanny type of governance of everything. Yes and no. Boxers, they're beating each other up round the side the head every minute. Doesn't stop them from jumping up and getting back for the next round, and they're fine. Look, fine. We've gone for this excessive safety measure. Fine. Who knows? If anything does happen and you haven't taken that precaution, you continue to blame yourself. But okay, that's another one. So that he's got nothing to do with the Club World Cup. He didn't even play. He's only just come
No, no,
back.
yeah, but yeah, I get it.
So
That I agree with you.
Esugo, another one. I mean, how many games did he play? He was training. Okay, maybe he's a young player. Maybe the training schedule was a bit much for him. But all
Mm.
that then alludes to softness. And we need to start to toughen these kids up. Andre Santos, he's off injured. Why? We need to. I can see we're just a little bit too soft. We need to get tougher. I mean, look. I look at our opposition. Declan Rice. How often is he out? What's the other Arsenal midfielders? They're always there.
But
Uh,
Robbie,
you know,
here's one thing: it's not the same for every player.
we need to toughen up a bit. In my opinion, I think Chelsea players, you see them playing every game. They're the ones on the ground. They're the my leg, oh my ankle, my come on.
Robbie, give them a break,
Gusto,
please.
It's true. Gusto, another one. He's always rolling around. And look, as I've always said, and one thing that is true of the Premier League in particular, you have to fight for the right to play. You go up against the Brentfords of this world, even Arsenal's. Look at Man City now, the giants they have there. You've got to be tough.
You know, Roderick
That's
got
the
injured
nature.
again, and they're not sure how long he's going to be out.
Well, I'm in. God forgive me. I'm actually happy to hear that because anything that weakens them is good. But Rodri's injuries, you see, when these players don't come back, Rodri's injury comes from he was overplayed. And for a player with that size, that season where he played goodness knows how many games for Man City, went and played, was it the World Cup or was it the European Championships? Something like that. It was the Euros. He played all the games there, then went back to play all the games the following season. That was when he broke down. And now he's going to keep having these niggles until he has less, more time to rest. The Premier League is merciless, and I think someone like Rodri, it probably would be a good thing for him to go to Real Madrid because they only play football for the Champions League. All the other football, I mean, look at the game they played against Villarreal. I mean, that was a farce if ever I've seen one. The penalty for a player that was fouled outside the box. A lot of decisions just given to them. It's a joke, that league. So he needs to maybe go there, and there'll be less demand on his body. But the Premier League is so tough. You've got to be strong. And at the moment, we have a lot of, I know I'm a bit excessive when I call them weaklings, but I do that sometimes out of frustration. Annoys me when you have Fofana, he's back 1, 2, 3 games. Then I don't like seeing him riding around on the floor because, as far as I'm concerned, Wesley Fofana owes us now. He owes us a full season. Stop this nonsense. What, every little thing you're off now? Someone slapped his head, he's off now. How many games has he missed? How do you feel sat on the side watching your colleagues struggling without you? I mean, come on. It's that's the thing that gets me. Are you
I
comfortable
mean,
with that?
Bobby, we have to first of all mention that it's not something of his own doing. I think it's important we mention that. More especially in this case where he's out with a concussion, which our own goalkeeper punched. Chelsea fans cooked. They cooked Jorgensen for that.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but please. I
Oh
know
my
it's the
goodness!
rules. It's the new rules. And Jorgensen had a stinker and rounded it off by punching out um Fofana. And I'm glad the fan base had a go at him. You know, sometimes these players have to be reminded where they are. This is Chelsea Football Club. You know, look at how the Liverpool fans have been reacting now to the loss. You don't come to these
They want the
clubs
manager sacked.
exactly. I mean, and you think we're bad. Listen to them. As one I was
But in
listening
all
to.
honesty, Bobby, tactically, I never liked Arne Slot, even
Look,
before he joined Liverpool.
well, that's their business. You know, I don't care. You know, I'm happy he's having issues. I knew his victory last season was he walked into a ready-made team, you know, very mature, very prepared. There was really nothing he had to do other than apply them. And they came into a season where everybody else was pants. It wasn't competitive for them. So they walked away with it. Fine. Now we're seeing what he's about. He's had all the money spent. He's got all the players in. Now let's see you cook. It's not that easy. And he has a formidable squad, but it's not that easy. But I don't care about them. The point I'm making is that fans of big clubs will not show you mercy. You're not here for a picnic. You're here to win. This is Chelsea Football Club. Go to Real Madrid and see what they'll do to you. Look at how they were even booing Endrick, Vinicius at one time. You don't mess around at these clubs. Bayern, it doesn't happen. I mean, look at Arsenal fans, how they've been moaning and crying for years. You know, you don't come here to relax. I'm sorry, it's not a picnic, and you will be criticized. This is the nature of the beast. If you want to go to a club where everybody's going to pat you on the back and well, go play for Brentford or Bournemouth or you know, one of those. That's fine. But Chelsea, no. You know, well, sometimes it's a bit excessive, I have to say. You know, like you know, I pulled myself back. I was like, okay, cut Garnacho some slack, cut Gittins some slack because they showed some big improvement.
And they haven't played that much actually.
No, they haven't. But however, you know, some of the things they were doing earlier on, especially Gittins, I was like, no, I'm not having this. You can't do that here. And what annoys fans also is that these guys demand starting positions.
Hmm.
What? You know what I mean? Remember that thing Madueke used to do? He would sulk if he's not starting, and he was playing like Bambi on ice. And Pochettino, bless him, was one of those that really dealt with Madueke. He dumped him on the bench every now and then because he was doing some very foolish things. So that's just it. You know, it's going to be tough at these clubs. The only people that walk the turf at Stamford Bridge are winners, or any of these big clubs. So that's the nature of you want to be a winner, you have to be able to take the criticism.
Yeah. All right, let's catch up with what we have in the chat here. The memes with with Van Dijk is going crazy. Bobby is spitting straight facts. I am glad he can be on since I cannot. He likes he's like your avatar. You shouldn't be agreeing with Bobby. You should be fighting with him. If we don't have disagreement, we don't have a show. I'm not sure why you're agreeing with him. Hi to you too, Lasula. I do hope you're doing well. We are in international break with a wonderful win over Liverpool. I was happily surprised. It wasn't. I knew that again at worst we'd get a draw. I didn't fear we were going to lose that game, but the way we did it, my goodness, it was special. Honestly, it was a dominant performance. I forget Jeremy Carragher saying Chelsea played well, but Liverpool were better. Were, well, the better side won. Irrespective of what he thinks. Tony says Bobby is spitting strict fight. I think I've read that one too. I'm glad he can be on. Since I cannot, he's like your avatar. Start disagreeing with Bobby. And I have my bro Jude Oladipupo Meso Egbon. Kusho, nice to see you there. He said hello, Coach Bobby, and everyone on the panel. Nice to see you, brother. I do hope you're doing well. Lucilla says, I'm very happy to learn that Kaisedo is not joining Ecuador. Instead, Chelsea sent him to Greece to lay down at the beach. I didn't know that part. I just, I, I saw that. Yeah, he will not be traveling. Not the other, not the aspect of him going to Greece. Lavia is our Pedri. I like Lavia. I don't want to start comparing him with anybody. Let's see what else we have here. Do you have news about Badiashile, Josh Palmer, Fafana, Santos? Please, who will recover in 2 weeks? I'm not sure in terms of counting by weeks. We did look at their respective return dates. Where do we have that here? Let's look at it. Scroll up a bit. Okay, calf injury mid October. You could, yeah, in 2 weeks. Yep. Levi Cowell, April 2026, probably will miss the season. I don't think he'd be ready enough to play. Maybe cup games. For Fana, mid October, you could call that 2 weeks. Dario Isugo, late December, so around 8 weeks, 2 months in total. Andrea Santos, late October, let's say 3 weeks or so. Cole Palmer, uh, um, Cole Palmer, mid October. You could call that 2 weeks too. Liam Delap, mid November. Yeah, let's say 4 weeks or 3 weeks, 6 weeks. So he'll be back. Let's just make it 6 weeks. So a month end. So, but in 2 weeks we'll have a lot of our players back, except for Liam Delap and Dario Isugo, Andrea Santos, and of course Levi Cowell. Yeah. But good question there. Seeing Achampong playing into the midfield was too good. Yeah, listen. I think whenever he's on the pitch, I think that's how we'd see him play. Why? He is not like Levi Cowell that if he sees again, he exploits spaces with his passes. As long as somebody is open to receive the ball, he exploits spaces with his passes. But Achimpong, his approach is he exploits spaces by driving with the ball into the spaces and progressing the ball further towards the opposition area. Those are two different things, which is why he will never be Levi Cowell, and Levi Cowell will never be him because Levi Cowell isn't into driving with the ball. He's into breaking the lines with passes or exploiting the spaces with passes. So they're two different, but each of them you could say has each of the approaches does have their respective advantages. But I think Maresca prefers exploiting the spaces with the passes as long as there's somebody making a run to receive it. And Lucilla says, in my opinion, Paez should stay at Strasbourg where he is getting playing time to develop. Strasbourg is doing well in the French league. Yeah, they are in the top 3 right now. How many? And just by goal difference is the reason why they're not. Is the only reason they're not top in the table. I don't know if that has changed, but I need to check. They won 5 by 5 goals to nothing today. Actually, they beat Angers in Anga by 5 goals to nothing. according to Vince. We need Fermin Lopez. Lavia cannot be our only ball playing midfielder. I'm not sure. Or have I not been paying attention how good Fermin Lopez is at beating the press? Which is something that Lavia, you could say, what he brings to the table that, yeah, none of our other midfielders can measure him in that aspect. I'm getting so surprisingly okay when he got on. I've always known he's a good player. I would never give up on him. The manager knows that, but he did play. You could say he did come across as you could say a bit nervous in the games that people were complaining about him. A lot of people necessarily said we are in a lot of competition. When they recover, we will rotate quite a lot. Even now that we don't have them all fit, the manager he's been rotating. Loaning Sa was a big mistake. Uh, I mean, I think it'd be correct to say that. Yeah. Let's see. It was worth tuning in to see you drop into some spider chats. I love chats. I'm a big sucker for chats, honestly. I am a data analyst. Oh, okay. So you are speaking my language. So yeah, you're gonna be analyzing a lot of stuff for us from now on. Marky needs a run of games now that Zhao is injured. Is Zhao Pedro injured? Oh, he's just not. You could say not 100%. Bobby said we are getting into the 90 ways of governing everything. Yeah. Mike Maignan. We'll talk about that in a bit. I think the injuries has to do with Maresca's training. No, 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 no. I don't agree, but you're entitled to believe that that's the case. It's your opinion. We didn't have this number of injuries on the pitch. Yeah, yeah, of course. You're now I know what you did there. Just don't talk to me again. The weaklings, soft boys. That Bobby, you see what these guys are learning from you.
Yeah, that's
Enzo's
uh,
poor performance is going under the radar. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's trolling right now. What was I going to talk about? Mike Mayer, Bobby. This is not the title isn't saying asking whether we should bring him or not. I think the title is saying he could still join us. Why? We have an agreement in place with him, personal terms and everything. It's just that AC Milan refused to let him go. And he told them that if they didn't allow him join Chelsea, he'd run down his contract and leave. They made him I think I don't know whether he was he their captain or they made him captain.
they made him captain.
They made him captain, trying to convince him to stay to put pen to paper for a new contract. He's not done that, which means he clearly wants to leave. And there's no, I haven't seen anything to suggest that all the clubs are interested in signing him. But I was concerned when I heard that Donnarumma will definitely leave. Was going to leave Paris Saint Germain. I thought maybe they pushed to sign him. Maybe Lucha doesn't like him, Luis Enrique, because my concern was that if they show interest, that he probably take that because France is home. But that hasn't happened. They signed a new goalkeeper, and he's not spoken to any other club but Chelsea. We have an agreement in place. I think he still join us in January. But the question is, are we still going to push for him to join us? I haven't seen anything
Yeah,
that suggests we'll do that. And Mike Pendas, he's proven to be an excellent goalkeeper. He's good on the ball and can only improve as long as he keeps playing week in, week out. His highs, he has a good height, uh, and can only get better. But Bobby, let's hear you.
yeah. I mean, Penders. We have a lot of sort of long-term, futuristic type of players coming in the pipeline.
Mm.
And Penders has to be one of them. I would be more inclined to work towards Penders. And to be fair, if we did go for Maignan, he's at an age where it wouldn't inhibit Penders. But I'm going to stick my neck out here.
Mm.
Honestly, I haven't seen much wrong with Robert Sanchez.
I haven't seen it either, but
Um,
that doesn't mean we wouldn't. That I don't think that for me
now,
not reason enough for us not to go with Maignan if it's available.
if Maignan comes, and I just think we don't need the instability. Yes, Jorgensen had a bit of a clanger against when he played, but I think that's more rustiness than anything. And
Hmm.
we need to find some good competitions to give him a run out. Good cup competitions to give him a run out because I think it's good enough. I have no problem with Sanchez right now, to be honest.
I
People
don't
say,
either.
"Oh, yeah, people say, "Oh, the Man United red card," and I don't particularly blame him for that. I don't think he really did much wrong. I think the judgment was harsh because he actually got the ball. What do people really want him to do? Did to do a sort of kamikaze dive in front of
So
a
maybe
charging?
again he should have left his line earlier than he did.
Well,
But no,
maybe.
I don't. I don't blame him honestly. But
Yeah, I
go
mean
ahead.
those are marginal things. I mean, has he done any more clangers that he used to do, like pass to the opposition for them to go and score?
Nope.
I haven't seen that. So I'm not against him, especially as a stopgap to Penders, who himself will need time to be able to play at this level. I think Sanchez is an excellent shot stopper. He's good at penalties. I'm in no rush. I saw Maignan in the flesh when Chelsea played AC Milan. Okay, you can say it was a friendly, but I looked at him and I looked at Sanchez on that day, and I never really saw that much of an upgrade.
I
I
think
didn't see
yeah.
him coming out and collecting crosses. Yeah, he kind of stopped. I mean, we beat them 4-1 that day, so he let in four. I wouldn't be in a rush, to be honest.
Here's how I'm gonna put it, Bobby.
Yeah,
Uh, he's not a need.
no,
I think it'd be correct to categorize him as good to have, given his
yeah,
experience. I think with the last time we talked about him, we did compare his numbers to that of Sanchez. He's better, you could say, on the ball distribution, but Sanchez is a much better shot stopper. High claims, which is critical when you talk about goalkeepers in the Premier League. He's improved. He Sanchez, to be more specific, so people don't think I'm talking about Mike Maignan. Sanchez has improved his high
yeah,
claims numbers have improved significantly, and that
mm,
has helped Chelsea a lot.
yeah,
Sanchez is the sole reason why you could argue, or one of the main reasons why we've improved in terms of dealing with set piece situations, because he comes us and claims the ball,
and claims,
and
yeah,
he's better in that aspect than Mike Mayer. And I think it's important. Let me pull up the numbers. I still have that stuff open here. Go ahead, Bobby, if you were saying
and
something.
yeah. Another thing I like about Sanchez is that he's not now just about passing out from the back. He will hit it long and direct to our strikers to run onto,
You know,
or
even
our
before he
wingers
joined
to
Chelsea,
run
Bobby, I
onto.
think we looked at his numbers and realized he's excellent at orchestrating long passes.
Yeah, he is. So I don't. I'm in no rush. I don't have a problem with Sanchez right now. Now I hope I don't come to rue that. But I think for a goalkeeper of his age, improvement doesn't lead to regression. They get better with. They're like wine. Goalkeepers get finer with age, and he's coming to that age where he's perfecting the part of his craft that was a handicap to him. And what was really wrong with Sanchez? Silly things, passing the ball out. And at one time when he was off form, he's not been able to claim properly. Well, he's addressed that. And I'm not, what would Maignan come and do? Is he going to come and displace? It would just cause a disharmony in the dressing room. We don't want that. If he comes, he displaces Sanchez. Then we've got this issue, and nah, why? Why? I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't. A lot of people are saying they want to, but I'm like, be careful what you wish for. We have a system in place, and we have a target for a replacement. Now, is it a risk? I don't think so. I from what I hear, Penders is coming along nicely. So why are we trying to disrupt something that we already have?
We
I
can
think so.
his thing. Given his age, we can get him for short term, but I don't think we push to sign him anymore. Given what we're seeing from Pendas and the fact that look at this, the only thing he's better at, you could argue the short passes, short completed passes percentage, that you could say it might be just safe option passes. He has again a teammate better positioned with with nobody obstructing the passing lane, so he passes to that teammate without issues. But look at where it matters: save percentage. And yeah, and they both played. Robert Sanchez played less. Maignan played 3,575 minutes. Robert Sanchez played 3,225. But he has a higher save percentage. Not you can say that's a lot more than Mayor. He has aerials one, which under that falls aerial claims, which is important. It's a key area, and when you talk about Chelsea, we don't have too many top players, so it's important that our goalkeeper do well in terms of high claims. So for me, it's signing Mike Mayor. It was again the opportunity was there at the time, but we weren't that serious. For me, you could argue it wasn't a do or make or break, you could say, signing for us for Chelsea at the time, which was why we didn't really push to sign him. They weren't asking too much, but at the same time, yeah, given the fact that the player made it clear that he wanted to join Chelsea, I don't think it would have made any sort of sense for us, any measure of sense, if you prefer, to pay 7 million. Was it how much they were asking? 15 million pounds or euros for him, actually.
And they wanted 20 or so.
They want,
I'm
yeah,
glad
it
we
just
didn't
doesn't make
budge.
sense. So Pendas, he's making good progress. He's starting week in, week out. He's shown that yeah, he's good on the ball, good distribution, can actually keep long range passes on the carpet and still find his man. And you were the one that watched one of his highlights, and you did point out where yeah, he waited for the defender to do his thing before attempting to stop the ball. And the better option would have been for him to go and get the ball. Don't even let it reach the attacking player. But that's something that comes with experience. As he plays, the goalkeeper trainer for Strasbourg will watch his replays or videos and then work on correcting those issues because yeah, he's still very young, but I don't know whether one season will be enough for him to come back and become number one at Chelsea. Chances are they tell him to do another season there, and it wouldn't hurt. But Bobby, let's hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I look at the Thibaut Courtois situation. It took him 3 seasons at Atletico before he came to displace Petr Cech. Trouble is, he, as a young man, had already gotten himself so settled, got a girlfriend and all that, and
Mhm.
he was distracted. That's why it's
That
good to
also
keep.
created problems for us.
Yeah, it does. As always, once a woman's involved, it's all chaos. So, I think there's no better place at this point in time to have him develop his craft than at Strasbourg. It's close. It's part of our club system, and
That's the difference this time.
yeah, and hopefully we keep him in touch with London such that he doesn't become a stranger like Courtois did. Courtois just got to Spain and he was left there. Yes, the Chelsea loan scouting system was always good, but when a young man is out on a limb, in a club that had its own ambitions to want to keep him, it becomes difficult. Whereas Strasbourg, being part of our structure, I would like to believe our understanding of the fact that he's not going to be there permanently, and he's understanding of the fact that he's working, he's learning his trade before he comes to Chelsea. So I think the chance of him making that transition is higher than it was for Courtois. So we've got to keep encouraging him and make him see the pathway. So yeah, even if he does stay another season, after all, Andre Santos stayed 2 seasons out there, and look what happened. So even now, he's still just about fitting into the team. So I wouldn't change Santos. I mean Sanchez. I would leave him.
I
I
wouldn't
think
either. He's improved. You could argue he's becoming more vocal.
he's good
And
enough.
mhm,
Is the thing with our fan base, coach, is they do things sometimes because that's what was said and they don't change.
mhm,
I see some fans that I know personally and like, on X. Oh, we need a new goalkeeper. Why? They're not looking at the fact, they're so rigid in their analysis that they can't see that, oh, this guy's actually improved. Things change, people change, but they won't see that. They just hear Sanchez, no, not good enough, and he has to go. I'm not like that. I do see that people can improve and they can change and become better. And I personally believe that Sanchez has done that. I know it's not going to be a popular thing, but I say that and I stand by it.
yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you for saying that, Bobby. Let's see what else do we have here. Nothing else to talk about except maybe see if we can just look at a few comments here and yeah, go from there. Let me see. What do we have? Okay, I'm on Vincent's timeline here. Moises Caicedo. Um, let's see. Let me scroll to the very top. And Bobby, I appreciate you staying awake to be part of the conversation. That's not easy. What do we have here? More Kaisedo and Estevao. You can see on the pitch, even in training, he's so good. He's showing his quality. We've tried to help him because the Premier League is so different to Brazil. And yeah, he's making an impact here. We are so happy with him. Moises Caicedo also says that it's so good that the fans love me. Yeah, but I am far from N'Golo Kante or Makalele for what they did at Chelsea. They achieved a lot. I am going to keep working. I want to become a legend here. That is lovely to see. Yeah, he's not comparing to them to club legends. He's saying yeah, he's far from being what achieving what those guys achieved at the club. He knows, yeah, he has to win as many because as much as trophies, as many trophies as those guys won for Chelsea. You can say to be part of that conversation, but he looks like he's gonna get there. I like people that don't feel like they know everything. He's very humble. He's eager to learn. Always says, yeah, he still has a lot of areas to work on and improve upon to get where he wants to be. But Bobby, go ahead if you want to add to that. Otherwise, I'm going to scroll to the very next item and read if they're small. Um, what else do we have here? Nothing. Honestly, I think it's time we call it a day. Except if you have anything else to say, Bobby.
No, we've got the long, boring international break, so I don't know, but we'll have to see. I don't hope for any sort of big breaking news because
Hmm.
usually it's hassle. So let's just go through a quiet international break, get our injuries back, and attack the rest of October.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll find topics to talk about. We can talk about Chelsea's top performers so far and everything. But thank you, Bobby. I want to say thank you to you for finding the time to join me on the pilot. Tony Stewart did join, but didn't come through. Looks like It looked as if he had a connection issue. Thank you to Victor for joining. Thank you to Chimera for trolling. And Jude Oladipo Mosele, thank you for joining, bro. I appreciate you. Tony Sewell, thank you. Michael Neum, thank you to you. Lucilla, thank you. And if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all and cheers.
Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights, a new day's begun. This heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shedding crew. Born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shed and crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew. Born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue, through the silence and the roar. Still blue, even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shed and crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew. Born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shedding crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. When Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue, through the silence and the roar. Still blue, even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shed and crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows. lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shedding crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this. I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shed and crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this. I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shed and crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue, through the silence and the roar. Still blue, even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shed and crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shedding crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all.